If you invested $100 a week in Bitcoin for the last 10 years, that would be worth $2 million today. You would have only invested $52,000. 10 years, 52 weeks, times $100. And that would be worth a staggering $2 million today. I know, it sounds crazy, but this method of investing has proven to be the most effective way to accumulate wealth. But what if I told you that I had a better way? That with one tiny modification, you could have invested the same amount every week and made over $2.96 million. That's the same $100 a week, the same Bitcoin, no extra risk. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I love making videos like this. I've been in crypto for over 11 years, and in this video, I'm going to give you 11 years of your life back. My mission has always been to build the most profitable community in the world. If you want to join me on this mission, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, hit the notification bell. Because on this channel, you never know when the alpha is going to drop, and when it does, that could be the video that gives you the edge. Or in this case, it could give you 11 years of your life back. Up until now, dollar cost averaging has been the most effective way to accumulate wealth in crypto. It's a pretty simple system. You set aside an amount and you buy Bitcoin every week or every month without even looking at the price. And it works really well. I mean, just look at how effective it is. If you did it for the last 10 years with just $100 a week, you'd have $2 million today. And if you did it for the last 15 years, you'd have $7.8 million today. And if you do it for the next 30 years, well, that's all you're going to need to retire. In fact, if you watch my previous video about retiring in Bitcoin, you'll know that if you were to buy $92 a week for the next 30 years, you'll invest a total of about $143,000. That's 52 weeks times 30 years times $92 a week. And that $143,000 would be worth $2.2 million on the day you retire. And that would cover your whole retirement. But what if I told you that I had a secret weapon? A way to take simple DCA and to make it DCA on steroids. One that could literally halve the time you take to retire. Today I'm going to show you a DCA method that's going to blow your mind. Doesn't require more money. It doesn't require more risk. It's just smarter execution. But when I say it changes everything, I mean it. Because with this method, you don't just retire on time. You retire years earlier. And if you add in one tiny extra twist, you're going to save a decade of your life. Let's back up. Most people, when they think about DCA, they think, okay, I'll buy every week, or I'll just automate a monthly buy. And the truth is that that's a great strategy. In fact, I used that strategy myself, and it built me a lot of wealth. But when I started making real wealth is when I modified my DCA strategy. I realized there was a better way, and when I tested it, it compounded my returns. No extra investment, no extra risk, no different tokens, literally just a tiny modification by adding in an extra factor: human emotion. So here's how it works. We know that the market runs on two emotions: fear and greed. When you strip away all the news and all the narratives, ultimately it's just fear and greed. And we have a tool that actually measures the fear and greed for us, which is the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index runs from 0 to 100. 0 means extreme fear. It means that everyone's panicking, capitulating, selling. And 100 means euphoria. It means tops. It means buying market tops. So what if we took our simple DCA and tied it to that index? And instead of buying every single week, we put aside that amount, but we only deployed our budget when the Fear and Greed Index goes to fear. So we look at the Fear and Greed Index every week. If it's on fear or lower, we deploy the budget. If it's neutral, we do nothing. We save that budget. If it's greed, we also do nothing. We save the budget until we hit fear. let me tell you what the back tests say, because they're mind-blowing. A simple DCA strategy gives you one return. But when you modify it slightly and add in fear and greed, or what I called fear and greed-based DCA, it outperforms by 13%. Same money in, same weekly budget, same risk, same tokens, 13% outperformance. That's the hack. That's the edge. Just a smart execution. We save that budget, and whenever we see the fear and greed going into fear, we start buying. This way, we make 13% more than just normal DCA buying without looking at the fear and greed. So remember the $2.2 million we mentioned in the first example? Well, now it's $2.5 million. Same timeline, same invested amount, same everything, just a slightly smarter execution. And you can already see where this is going. 13% return doesn't just mean more money. It means you shaved off years off your retirement plan. So instead of retiring in, say, 30 years, you can now reach the same amount and retire in 27 years. You literally saved yourself 3 years of work using this one tactic. And I'm not done yet. In fact, I've got even better news for you guys. That's only one part of the hack. Because when you take this one step further, that's when the magic really happens. So fear tells us when to buy. But what about greed? Here's the twist. When the market hits extreme greed, 90, 95 on the index, we just sell a tiny amount. Not a lot, just a tiny amount of our stack, say 5%. Watch what happens when I do that. The 2.2 million we ended up with now becomes $3.3 million. That means that we got an extra 15% by investing nothing more. All we did was we made a slight adjustment to our execution and we got almost double our returns. That's the entire trading element of the strategy. A tiny adjustment supercharges the DCA model. With fear-only DCA, you beat normal DCA by 13%. With fear and greed, selling 5% at periods of peak euphoria, you beat weekly DCA by 48%. 48%! That's not small alpha. That's not a rounding error. That's a whole different life, guys. Let's plug it into the retirement model that we made in the last video. And if you want to watch that retirement video, that's probably the most important video I've ever made. It could save you years of your life. There's a link below in the description. It's the most important video you're ever going to watch. Remember the $2.2 million you need to retire? We were investing $92 a week. In the first case, in say normal DCA, you get there in about 30 years. It's manageable, it's consistent, it's solid. $92 a week retires you in 30 years. In case 2, using fear and greed-based DCA, the same $92, but because you get an extra 13%, you reduce your time to retirement by 3 years, which means you can retire in 27 years. And that's amazing because you've saved 3 years. And remember, we want to retire earlier. We want to work for fun. We don't want to have to work. But look what happens in the third case. With fear and greed, and with a 5% sell rule. Same money, same token, but just selling a sliver at extreme greed. 5%. This one crushes all the other models. And you hit your retirement target in 19 years. 19 years! That's 11 years saved off your life. 11 years handed back to you. 11 years where you don't have to go to a job that you don't like. 11 years where you can travel, you can spend time with the family, you can pursue passion projects, or you can just wake up every morning and just know that you're free. 11 years is not a small number. That's your kids growing up. That's the prime of your life. That's your memories. Memories that you'd otherwise miss. And all of this comes from one simple hack. DCA but add in emotions. Now, here's the thing. On paper, the strategy looks perfect. In real life, though, the hardest part isn't the maths. The hardest part is you. Because when that index is in fear, it feels terrifying. Buying feels very uncomfortable. Your portfolio is red, Twitter screaming Bitcoin is dead, and everything in your body tells you not to invest. And that's why most people can never pull it off. The secret isn't the model. The secret is the discipline to follow it. But if you can, the rewards fucking enormous. 11 years of your life. Not just more ROI, not just more Bitcoin. 11 years of your life. And that's the one asset that you can never, ever, ever buy back. So let's wrap this up. Normal DCA, 30 years. Fear-based DCA, 27 years. Fear and greed-based DCA with a 5% sell rule, 19 years. Same weekly budget, same $92, but a whole different life outcome. And that's why I told you in the retirement video, there's a way to get there much, much easier. This is it. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you 2 trading indicators that I use daily to stack up even more profits on this. That's your short-term alpha to combine with your long-term plan. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Because this channel isn't just about money. It's about saving you years of your life. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll see you again next time. Until then, trade well, my friends.